Don't get me wrong. It would be very cool to talk to them. Hey y'all, my name is Keela and I am starting my dedicated YouTube journey. This is Keela in Color and this will probably be my first welcome back video. So nice to meet y'all. I doubt anyone from beforehand will watch this, but if you do, nice to see you again. So as the video stated, I am starting my YouTube journey. I say dedicated this time because I've definitely tried in the past and just never kept up with it. But this time we are dedicated, we are on it, we are doing all of the things. I am trying to do this off the ball, so if you see me looking down at my phone, it's because I'm looking at my little tracker so I can stay on track with this video. But so why Keela in Color? I have toyed with the idea of a podcast called Success in Color, and that podcast would be focused on highlighting Black and brown voices, but also those who are allies to the community to help ensure that we are promoting success. And that stems from a thesis that I did for my master's degree that highlighted out there in the world, at least what I was able to find. It mostly highlighted the challenges that African American entrepreneurs were having when they were doing their businesses and not really highlighting their success. And I think that's really important. So that's kind of become my mission now. I don't believe that Success in Color is going to become a thing, but kind of a reiteration of it, which I'm also going to feature here on the YouTube channel. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a combination of my passions. So that should be coming out soon if it's not already out. So that's why the name Keela in Color. This is my life, also in color. I think that life is not black and white. It's very colorful. There's not really, it's not black and white. So I want this channel to be somewhat lively. I think I'm a very lively person myself. I'm pretty goofy. I don't know how much of that's going to come out, but hopefully it does. So that's why Keela in Color is the name. And then why YouTube? So I've always wanted to do it. Like I said, I've definitely attempted in the past, and I kind of grew up on YouTube. I was the girl that was watching the hair and makeup and the clothing hauls and those types of videos just to try and become more girly or be up to date on all of that stuff. My mom wasn't the most knowledgeable on like different hairstyles or how to do makeup. She doesn't wear makeup, so I had to learn that myself. And it's really an art and a process, and I love learning. YouTube has always been there for me to learn whatever I need to learn in so much detail and from so many creators. I really credit YouTube to a lot of that, and I just feel like I should also be on the platform. So that's why we're sticking with YouTube. One of the reasons I've always felt like I've had something to say on here as well, maybe because I feel, and this is not bragging like at all, most of the time I wish I was just really good at one thing because it would make my life a whole lot simpler. But if I want to do something, I do it, and I do it pretty well. Like, it's frustrating, but it's also a gift that I just want to share all of these things with everyone because I know everyone doesn't know them. And so that's another reason I just feel like I have something to say. I have knowledge that just can be very beneficial, and I feel selfish keeping it to myself. I'm kind of introverted, at least when it comes to like sharing knowledge. I don't really speak up all the time in conversations, maybe because of the way that I come off. I can be seen as, or at least I feel like a know-it-all. Maybe I just don't know how to insert myself in conversations properly, or maybe it's like the cadence of my talking, but usually I'm informing, but people can take that, how people take it. So this gives me a platform to speak, and I think that's something I really need, and something that will really help me to share my knowledge that I've been gaining over the past 10 plus years. So I also want to help people. That is a huge driving factor in this. I love helping people. And like I said, I want to share the knowledge because I think a lot of people can benefit from what I know. And I often forget how much I know until I get into those conversations and realizing that I have a wealth of knowledge. I just don't really know always what to share. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know and I will be happy to share them. I'm pretty open book. I just don't know what people like to know. So that's another reason. This is a new challenge for me. I am a continuous learner. I've been in the photography, videography, editing world since middle school. I took those multimedia classes to learn how to do all of that. And it's carried me up until this point. I'm pretty good with those softwares, but I've never really sat down in my adult life to learn how to do the professional video stuff. And it's come up in some of my recent marketing help. I've held the cameras and did all the things, but when it comes to pro level doing things, I would just love to get better at that. So I am using this to learn how to do Premiere Pro and just high level editing that's outside of CapCut and Canva, and just getting deeper into the Adobe software. So that's another reason. And then let's see, it's a form of hopefully trying to make it my main form of marketing for my marketing agency, because I do deal with social media. I want to what's what's this saying? I want to be, what's the saying? I want to I want to practice what I preach, I know a lot of these tips. I've just never really had the time to carry them through, but I can point to plenty of case studies and brands and things like that to prove that these tips are true. But I want to have a platform that is mine that I can point to and be like, I know these for sure work if you're still skeptical. So I want this to be my main form of marketing, since I do encourage a lot of businesses to use social media as their form of marketing. And since my audience is mainly small business owners and entrepreneurs and people even thinking about getting into that realm, this is the perfect place, because this is where my audience hangs out at, is on YouTube, because we're all learners and trying to gain the knowledge from the experts that know it. So that is another reason. And then what will I be talking about on this YouTube channel? I will be discussing marketing and branding and things in that realm. I do have my bachelor's and master's in advertising from the University of Texas. Hook 'em. When I was attending school, they were the #1 advertising program in the country at the time. So very blessed, very lucky to be learning from some of the top minds in the industry. And the projects that I've done, I've worked with HEB, Kendra Scott, and just really worked on understanding what is needed. I am a lover of consumer psychology. I always tell people if I go back to school, it would be to get my PhD so that I can become a consumer psychologist and study consumer behavior. That's what I spent a lot of my free time doing, along with understanding all of the social media's ins and outs. So at times I feel like a imposter, but I really know a lot. And so I'm trying to push myself to share that knowledge and hopefully get those clients in, because I'm here to help. And I know that social media, if you're not utilizing it within your business, you need to. And I want to share ways that you can do that, and hopefully share them in simple language. And if it needs to go beyond that, or if you want to hand it off to someone, I'm here. And so that's why I am talking about that. I'm also going to be discussing my journey in entrepreneurship. I have this course that I have had for a couple months now. I wanted it for years, and I finally got it. I went through it, but I've been so busy that I just audio listened to it. But I want to go through it and take notes and fully digest it and implement it, as well as so many books that I've read. So I'm going to be discussing that and kind of taking you on my entrepreneur journey and hopefully getting that to where I want it to be. And also my YouTube journey. So that's why this is video 1 of me starting my journey. Hopefully you guys come along for the ride. I would absolutely love it if you did. It's okay if you don't though, so I won't hurt my feelings. And then I want to use this platform to highlight other people and especially their success, because while doing my thesis, I don't want to say met. I knew some of them. I did meet people. I knew some of them, but a lot of people have these stories that are just so inspiring. And especially within the Black community, I feel like there's a lack of representation and a lack of what you can do out there in the world, because our communities are often not exposed to that. There is a certain picture that the Black community is painted in, and so many multicultural communities are painted in a certain light that really does an injustice. And if you think about it, the way that we are painted in our minds as kids is so limited, and I just want to hopefully broaden that up, because so many of us are still living with that same kid mindset of the world is only made for us in this way, and I want to break that so bad. So I want to use this platform to highlight those voices, to share those stories, and to ensure that we know what is out there. And not sure how far I can take it, but I want to take it as far as I can, and would love your help with that as well. Hopefully getting some people on here that can really make a difference. Not necessarily looking for, the top of the top, because everybody knows them. It would be really cool to talk to them, of course. Don't get me wrong. It would be very cool to talk to them. But I wanna talk to the people that are at the top of the top that you didn't know were there, that you never see, that you've never heard a press release about. I want to talk to those people, because those are the people that we need to be speaking to showcase that you don't have to be, in this certain industry, or you don't have to look this certain way to be where you want to be. So I just want to expand minds on this platform if possible. That would really, I think, fulfill my purpose of just mind opening. That's my purpose. And of course, sprinkle in my passions along the way. If you don't know me, I absolutely love to cook. I've always loved to cook, and I am a big DIYer. I am currently working on redecorating my apartment, and most of it is DIY because, honey, I am not about to spend all this money on furniture when I can make it myself and it look great. Now, not to say that you should do that. I don't think you should, but I am good at it, and I have a vision. I have a vision, and I don't necessarily have the money to make that vision come true, but I definitely think if you can pay money for someone else's time to get what you need to get done, do it. But I'm not there yet. So right now we're DIYing it, and it's gonna look great. So I might show that journey, here and there as well, because like I said, this is Keela in color, and even though it'll be mostly business and marketing things, that is not my life. That's not my whole life, and I don't want you to assume that. I don't want you to think that your life also has to be that way. That's why I want to show my passions, show my love, give you glimpses into my life to just hopefully connect with y'all better and get rid of this stigma of that you have to be perfect to be on social media. We see so many highlight reels. I want to show y'all some medium reels, some medium light reels, maybe some low light reels, but I just want this to be such a pure channel that you can walk away feeling good every time, or at least feeling like you're seen or you learned something. I just want this to be so rich with humanity. Like, that's truly what I want. So if any of that sounds good to you, I really hope you stick along for the journey. Like I said, I am dedicated this time because it's just like that burning passion of like, this has to work. Like this is it. Like, this is what we're going for it, okay? And so buckle up, stay tuned, go ahead and subscribe if you want to see the rest of how this unfolds, because it's going to be great and you're going to want to see it. So I hope to see y'all next time. And again, I am Keela, and this is Keela in Color. And I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your whatever time of day it is for you. Bye, y'all.